All right, folks. Thank you all so much for joining us at PETS 2021. I'm Matt Wright, the General Chair. The team is super excited to have you here. They've been working very hard to make sure that this is not just a series of YouTube videos, but an actual interactive community experience. I want to highlight a few of the features that we are using to make that happen. First of all, there's the poster sessions happening after the talks. And we had this at CCS, and this was, I think, very helpful. It's a short chance for you to catch the authors and talk with them about their work. The Q&A time in the sessions is pretty limited, but there is plenty of time during the poster session to discuss in more detail. Second, we've got the happy hours that are happening right after the final session of each day. Today, it's even overlapping with the actual break time that starts at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, and so 1:45 p.m. Eastern will start the happy hour. I hope you're reading the emails. There's a lot of information. There'll be a quiz later. But in case you haven't memorized it all yet, there'll be lots of activities starting today with a Welcome to Pets session, especially for those of you who are new to pets. There's karaoke, there's a game session, and there is The Great Hack, a movie about companies taking tons of personal information from hundreds of millions of people and misusing it. Wow, that sounds like some kind of crazy science fiction. Oh, no, sorry, that's a documentary. Oh man. The world we live in. And then at 9 o'clock tonight, we will be having Pets After Dark. I know that's super late for some of you, but of course it's early for others because this is a worldwide event. Tonight, Ian Goldberg will be doing an Ask Me Anything session. Authors from today's presented papers are encouraged to stand with their posters from 9 o'clock till 9:30 p.m. So for each night of the conference. So please do go and engage with them further at that time if you didn't get a chance to talk with them during the day. And we'll be having the Pets On conference where you can start your own discussions. And so that a lot of that is going to be happening in the Ford Foundation garden area in Ford Foundation room. There's also Easter eggs around the space so you can learn more about the Rochester area, which is where we'd love to be welcoming you in person right now, but we can't. So instead, that's kind of our official substitute. So with that, I hope you're enjoying using Gather and the pet space, and most of all, interacting with your fellow conference goers. If you have any questions, please find one of us wearing the all green with the green caps, and our names say Pets in front of it, just like mine does, Pets Matt. Or there's an information desk at the front where you appeared in the space, just below the white gazebo where you first appeared. Or you could email us at arrangements21@petsymposium.org. I'll drop that into the chat just a second. And we also have Safe Spaces contacts, Susan McGregor and Paul Syverson. You can locate them here in the Gather, or they are available at safe-spaces-pets@petsymposium.org, and I'll also drop that into the chat. And with that, it's time to turn things over to the program chairs, and I think Aaron Johnson is going to step up and make some remarks.
Okay, I should be sharing my screen now. I'm not seeing it show up.
It's shared.
You see it? Okay. So, all right. Welcome to the 21st Privacy Enhancing Technology Symposium. We're, again, this year on the internet, although in another sense, we're at the Rochester Institute of Technology. That's thanks to a great team from RIT that put together the logistics of this online event. So thanks to the General Chair, Matt Wright, and to the Internet Arrangement Chairs, Tejo Hu, Sumita Mishra, and Hani Prabari. Pets consist largely of a set of paper sessions. Florian Kirschbaum and I determined the program over the last year for accepting those papers, but they came about largely as a result of a large number of authors and reviewers. Over the course of the last year, we had submissions from 1,224 distinct authors, and they submitted 435 papers to the conference. We ultimately accepted 81 of those, which will be presented over the following days. For every paper that we got, Florian and I assigned a set of reviewers to look at the papers and decide if it merits acceptance into the conference. We had a large program committee this year, 138 program committee members, each of whom did about 10 or 12 reviews over the course of the year. We also managed a large external review program. We had 152 distinct external reviewers, most of whom did one review, but many of whom did more than one review over the year. These reviewers are drawn from a pool of mostly junior reviewers recommended by members of the community. And so we thank all of our reviewers for the efforts that they put into coming up with the program. There's a lot of effort involved. We had almost 1,500 reviews for those papers, which is about 3.5 reviews per paper. Every time a paper makes it through the second phase of review, we have a discussion phase to make a final decision. There's a lot of discussion on many papers. We had 5,300 comments overall discussing those 435 submissions. As you probably know, PETS operates in a hybrid journal conference model. All papers are technically submitted to the Journal Proceedings on Privacy Enhancing Technologies, POPETS. And it's a quarterly journal, so there are 4 issues every year. You can see the number of papers submitted to every issue and the number of papers is accepted. Every issue, we receive more and more papers. And this is significantly more than the similar issues last year. By the issue 4, we were receiving, I think, 30% more than the same issue in the previous year. Although acceptance rates stayed about the same, between 16 and 20%, overall, we accepted, I think, 18.6% of papers. We divided those papers for presentation into a set of paper sessions. For 81 papers, we ultimately needed 21 sessions. We divided them into 7 sessions of 3 parallel tracks, A through C. You can see from the subjects of these sessions some of the popular topics, which included private machine learning. Several sessions are on that subject, data privacy, cryptography of various forms, and users and privacy, how users think, feel, and act about privacy. In addition to the paper sessions, we have a number of additional program elements. We have a keynote speaker this year. The speaker will give a talk tomorrow. He is Eric Neuenschwander, who's the Director of User Privacy at Apple. He'll be talking about shipping privacy-enhancing technologies to 1 billion devices. We have 90 minutes for the talk. The first 60 minutes around, we expect Eric to be talking, and there'll be around 30 minutes for questions from the audience. So anybody who shows up in GatherTown at the end of the talk can walk up to a virtual mic and ask a question of Eric. As we do every year, we'll also have a town hall. That will happen on Tuesday as well after the keynote. The current PC chairs, Florian and I, as well as next year's PC chair replacing me, Michelle Mazurek, will be there. And also Cecilia Vukovic, who managed the artifact process this year, also last year, and also will be managing it next year. So we'll tell you a little bit about how PETS went this year compared to the past, talk about our plans for the future, but most of the time will be for people to ask questions or to share their thoughts about how PETS is going and how they'd like to see it evolve in the future. We'll also have a rump session that'll happen on Wednesday. We're asking anybody who's interested to give up to a 5-minute talk on any subject of interest to the community to please sign up. If you go to the program on the website where the rump session is listed, there's a link that you can click on to register a talk. All talks will be accepted. Some things you might want to tell everybody about include works in progress, latest news, new tools, jokes, memes, GIFs, anything. You also have the opportunity to share slides if you want to do that. The next day, Thursday, we'll have an awards session. That session this year will present 2 awards. The Casper Boden PET Award will be presented, which awards the best privacy paper over the last few years published in any venue, not just PET papers. The award chairs Panos Papadimitratos and Simone Fischer-Hübner have managed that decision and will be presenting that award. And we'll also give the Andreas Fitzman Best Student Paper Award, which will award the best student paper here at PETS 2021. The award chairs David Evans and Pruka Padia are making that decision, and they will present that award. So that's pretty much it. We can let the fun begin. If you want to tweet about pets, you can include the hashtag Pets21 to make it easy for people to discover. And don't forget about Hot Pets, which will happen on Friday. They have a separate program. It's a talk-focused format on published work. There'll be 6 talks, a keynote, and an award. So don't forget about Hot Pets on Friday. So thanks for your attention. And with that, we'll begin Pets 2021.